Coach, obviously a big week coming up, headed down into the postseason time, but UNC, no slouch, always good battles. What are you expecting out of that matchup against the Tar Heels?
Typical North Carolina team, obviously deep team. Anson is on record as saying it this summer, right? One of the deepest, if not the deepest teams they've ever had. Athletic always, attacking always, pressing always. But obviously they play a lot of soccer too. They like to have the ball, they like to combine, they like to possess. So really a complete group. And then obviously it's a rivalry that's been here for a long time. And obviously Anson and Mark have had quite the battles, whether it's been in regular season play or postseason play. So and obviously right now as the standings go within the league and RPI, all of that, it's all lined up. Big game.
So when you talk about UNC, you always got to be ready for the high pressure. How much do you think having the extra, week off will help you prepare for that?
I think it helps us prepare in terms of, tactically talking about some things, but then obviously one of the biggest thing is physically going into a game like that, pretty fresh, right? A week between games, that's a big deal, right? It's a big difference between getting Carolina on a Thursday after a Sunday game or on a Sunday after a Thursday game. Team's beaten up a little bit. It's not the kind of team we want to play in that kind of a schedule, situation. So certainly I think our kids will be mentally, physically, fresh and ready to go. And we need to be that if we're going to have a chance to win. I think our kids are in both a good mental headspace, and then obviously we'll have them in a pretty good physical space as well.
You mentioned, rivalry. What kind of crowd are you expecting on Thursday?
Yeah, I would like to think it's going to be pretty good. 8 o'clock. Last week for Duke it was a little thinner than we thought it would be, and we didn't know if that's the 6 o'clock factor or, coming off of our Notre Dame pounding, or what. But 8 p.m. Hopefully it's going to be a little chilly. Hopefully people around here have coats. I don't know if you need a coat when you live in Tallahassee, but hopefully people have some coats. It's going to be a little bit chilly, and hopefully they come out and support our kids.
You mentioned you mentioned the weather. If it's a little cooler, how do you guys prepare for that? How do the players get ready for that?
I think we'll be fine. We have tough kids, right? What's going to win, the weather and the elements, or your determination and want to play and compete at the highest level? So our kids are experienced. They played in all climates throughout their careers, and I think they'll be fine.
Coach, how has Heather Payne's experience and leadership really helped your younger back line transition into college soccer more so?
Yeah, it's been great, and it's one thing that we've been pushing to get out of her. Heather, her nature is to be just a quiet, sweet, nice kid who's a freaking ridiculous footballer, right? And from day one in practice, we've been trying to encourage her to speak up, right? And have the confidence and courage to kind of come out of her nice, sweet shell and talk. Because, like you said, we have some youth and inexperience on that back line, and she has just qualified for the World Cup, and then she's also played 110 minutes in a national championship game and taken a penalty kick in that national championship game. So the kid's done it at the highest level, here on a college campus and around the world. So we need her talent, but then we need her knowledge and her experience and her leadership and her voice.
How much confidence do you have her on that PK run for big moments like last weekend?
It's unquestionable. She wants the ball, right? She's prepared to step up. We have a number of kids who in that moment are confident and comfortable, right? Confident and comfortable in their mindset, but then confident and comfortable in their skill set, and she has both of those.
Yeah, you mentioned helping Ireland qualify for a World Cup. That's a big deal.
First time ever.
That's the first time ever. So what was her confidence level coming back?
I'm sure her confidence was high. I think the kid was just, up there on cloud nine, just so elated, And it's funny, before she left to go to Ireland or go to Scotland, she talked about how, I'll be back for the Duke game, and I'll be ready to play against Duke. Meanwhile, she was playing Tuesday night, right? The Duke game was Thursday night, and I was like, well, we'll see, right? We got to protect you first. But she was eager and hungry to get back and want to play. But then she qualified for the World Cup, and she went to that special place called Cloud 9, and I don't think she was down from Cloud 9 Thursday night. And she wasn't ready to play. She was obviously emotionally and physically exhausted from that experience, as she should have been, and it was absolutely the right move for her to just rest and support our kids, and she did a great job of leading our team from the sideline on Thursday night, and now here we will be Thursday night. She's 9 days removed from that Ireland experience. She'll be refreshed mentally and physically and ready to go.
How big is it to have her back for the remaining 3 games, especially again starting with UNC?
It's one of the first things we said to our group after the Duke game Thursday night, right? We said it's our first time kind of in a relaxed situation having her back in the group, right? Because she got back late Wednesday night. And then here we are, we're talking about a number of things after the Duke game, and one of the things was we congratulated her, and then we also said we're elated to have you back for the rest of the fall. She's a massive part of our team.
I mean, obviously, she's not the only one that's been playing, for national teams. You've had several players doing that. How much has that experience helped them be playing against the best of the best in the world, not just, in college?
It's everything. The things that make the best player, right? It's your skill set, right? It's your athleticism, right? How quick, how fast, how fit are you? How strong are you? But then it's what's your brain, right? We all have different brains, right? And our level of understanding and intellect and savviness is different. And this team that I am fortunate to coach, we have a lot of highly intelligent footballers in our room. They are highly intelligent kids, and a lot of that is the international flavor, right? I mean, Jenna Neiswanger, straight American girl from Southern California, she knows, and she talks about it a lot, how important her brain is to her, right? But then you talk about the kids that come from other countries. They don't grow up with a whole lot of American football, baseball, basketball, the sports. Football is soccer, football is the world's sport, and that's all they know. And they grow up playing on the streets. They grow up watching it on TV. That's all they know. And so with that comes phenomenal brains.